Perfectionism and being an A-type will kill your business, your launch. There's always a reason, and it will cause procrastination in the worst way possible. Trust me, I know, I've done it. I'm actually still working on that, and I believe I've gotten better, but I want to say the number one thing is that there's always going to be a reason. If you're like me, and especially for us Gen X's, and maybe some of the older millennials, it's a different animal for us. And I think that there's this fear of not having it perfect. I did that when I was starting my website. I had a list of everything that I wanted, list upon list upon list, and it was never ending. And the minute I thought that I had done everything on that list to click the button to start, or to do the Instagram post, or to send out the email, I came up with another reason. I need one more thing. Oh, this doesn't look right. Or it would be nice if I had this little extra photo. I'm telling you, it's self-sabotage, and it will kill your business. Stop it. I spent a lot of time with systems because I like organization. I'm an A-type. I like order. I like using Excel spreadsheets. I like lists. Who likes a good list? And to be honest, I realized that I had a list for my list, and I wasn't checking things off. And when I did, I filled it back up. Even with this video, I almost didn't do it because I thought, I don't feel like putting on makeup. And you know what? I compromised. I didn't put on a full face of makeup with lashes and everything, but I did what I felt comfortable getting on camera. Now, I'm not saying for you to roll out of bed and getting on camera. That's not what I'm saying. But everybody has their own comfort level. Some can go barefaced. If you're like me, I need a little bit of concealer and a nice little red lip and mascara. And I told myself, you know what? Do it and get it done. Another thing that almost prevented me from doing this video was that wall behind me. I had a vision of having my art on that wall, or a piece of fabric with my art design on it as a backdrop. But guess what? I don't have it. I don't know when it's coming. And I thought, if I wait, that's going to be another 2 weeks, and there we go. It wasn't on my list to require that to start a video, and yet I added it to the list. You see where I'm going with this? Exactly what we're talking about. So, how do we solve that? What are some useful tools that I'm using that maybe would be helpful to you to get past that? Number one, be clear about why you're doing it. And I know it sounds cliche, but I'm guilty of that. I wanted to do an online business, to sell my art, to share it, but I never really clearly defined why I wanted to do it. And then when I realized my why had a lot to do with some things that I would like to support my family with in the future, it really changed the game for me. And dig deep, it cannot be just about money. And I hate it when people said that, because money is a good motivator. Don't get me wrong, okay? And it can take you pretty far. However, there's been times in my day career where I was very comfortable, and I noticed that if I didn't need the money, I didn't put as much work into it. Not until I realized some non-tangible reasons to go with the monetary did I feel like I wanted to commit at a level that was required. Number two, it's going to take some work, and it's going to take some sacrifice. And then once you find out your why, marry that with a clear deadline. Use a list. I'm not saying don't use a list at all. In fact, I love Notions. I got a delivery right in the middle of this video. See, and I'm not gonna not do it. This isn't an environment where it's gonna be silent like I have a dedicated studio. Another thing, I'm glad that happened. Don't wait for the perfect room, the perfect sound, the perfect equipment. Use what you got, because that's the only way you're gonna learn and get things up and rolling. I like using Notions. It's a place where I can go and organize lists or to-dos or whatever it is, but I set a clear deadline. after I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 done, or A, B, C, D, E, I am going to make this move and take action. And that's where the perfectionism and type A comes in, where you're not taking action. And I find that so many brilliant people, so talented, they get caught up in the doing and the planning. They're always in the planning phase. They're always in the organizing phase, never execution. And I'm guilty of that, but I'm changing that. So number 2, to prevent procrastination. Again, I'm a loner type. I am the last person that likes working in teams. I like my independence. I'm a loner type when it comes to that. Again, that's the perfectionism and type A part of me. And it's rare to find somebody that complements that. But if you have somebody in business that's really high achieving and they have their stuff together, that's the person you want to have hold you accountable. And the easiest way I did that is I have a Google Doc that I share. A friend of mine, she has a very successful business, but she still has a task. She has a team of employees. She sends me her checklist for the week or the quarter. And surprisingly enough, it really made me not want to follow up and produce. It's something about knowing it. Maybe it's a competitive thing. That's another way to get around procrastinating, because it's staring you in the face. Somebody else knows you said it. Once you put it out there, you kind of want to keep your word. The third thing, which is kind of in line with accountability, but find somebody either online, YouTube, social media, whether you personally know them or not. I don't know any of the ones that I use. Somebody that's doing what you want to do. Really dig deep into what other people are doing that work for them, because my style may not work with yours. Having a daily practice is so crucial, and this goes into the non-tangible area of meditation and mindfulness. Again, it may sound cliche, but it's true. When you wake up in the morning and visualize how your day wants to go, there's something about it where you want to hold yourself true to that. I would say 10 minutes a day, 20 is all I have time for. Or let me say that's all I make time for. I'm a single mother. I also work. So 20 minutes is all I have time for. That's more than enough. I visualize how I want my day to go and what I want to come out of it. Taking that time doesn't mean that everything I visualize and plan for actually materializes and I execute it. But I have to tell you, the days that I do, I get closer. It's kind of like that idea of reach for the moon, you may land with the stars. Is that what it is? Or reach for the stars and land? You know what I'm talking about. Aim high, and wherever you land is higher than you would have been had you not aimed or had a goal at all. This seems very elementary, but it's like a muscle. It's like working out. We are so conditioned to not do these things and be in a robotic way of doing things. And we have years of history, years of conditioning that go against everything that we're trying to do, especially when you want to take control of your future, start a business, write a book, start a YouTube channel, whatever that is for you. It really is okay to not get it right, to not have it look perfect, to go back and have those moments where you say, I put that out there, or I launched my website looking like that. I'm on my 3rd revision of my website. And what's funny is I spent so much time and so many hours, and when I got it done and launched, I was like, oh yes, this is it. Blah, blah. Never in a million years did I think a year later I would be redesigning. And then a year after that, I'm redesigning. And right now I'm thinking this is the last time, but guess what? It probably won't be. Stay in the moment, see your goal, check off boxes, have a deadline, and just start. Just start. And I promise you, you won't regret it. Thank you for spending this time with me. That's it for today.